So I wanted to quickly walk through the assembly instructions for the Louisville Slugger Blue Flame Pro pitching machine. So I've got all the components out of the box here, and I'll just walk you through the steps to take in getting this ready for action. So what I'm going to start with is really the main frame at the bottom here. So this is the main base of the system. You'll see it's got the power lever, and it's got a vertical component as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with putting a stabilizer bar on the front. So you basically drop the bar in there, and you have this knob to attach it. It's self-threading, so when I run this through, it'll just create a good solid base for what we need to do next. The next part is going to be dealing with the throwing arm attachment. And you'll see it's all kind of one component here with the throwing arm and the spring. And the only thing you have to be aware of is the direction that you're putting this on. So you want to make sure that the spring is on the power lever side of things. So, all right, so the next step is going to be dealing with the throwing arm attachment. You'll notice that it's got the spring already attached to the mechanism. The only important component here to deal with is making sure that the spring is on the power lever side of the unit, so it's on the right direction. You're going to drop it on the base here. There's 4 access holes that are pre-drilled here, and all you're going to do is take the bolts, come up from the bottom side of the unit. You're going to drop a washer and the nut on this side, and you're just going to hand tighten it for now. You're going to repeat that step 4 times for each of the access holes. So you're going to punch that through. It'll be held in place. Just hand tightening is fine for now. We're going to repeat that step for the last 2 times. Just pop that through. Again, hand tighten. And the last one right there. And hand tighten. Now once you get all those bolts in place, you can tighten them with a ratchet. They're pretty secure there now, but you would take a simple ratchet and just give them a twist. They don't have to be super tight, just secured like that on all 4 of them. And you're good to go with that bar. Now, the next step of this, you'll notice that we've got this spring attachment here. All I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one of those holes to go in on the power lever. So you just pull the pin, you line it up with one of the access holes on the side here, and you punch it through. And that'll just secure the spring to the power pedal. Now your next step in this is dealing with the release lever. So the release lever, it comes with this release block. All I'm going to do, I'm going to take this release block and I'm going to put it in the middle hole. There's 7 holes on the side of this. You want to have the groove part of this facing downwards towards the base. So I'm just going to attach that, secure it with the triangular knob here, and then you'll notice that you've got a base here with an access hole all the way through. So you're just going to essentially line up the holes here. You're going to drop it in till the holes are aligned. You're going to push the bolt through there so it comes out on the other side. Put a washer on, hand tighten the bolt, and away you go. So this should be frictionless at this point. So it's not meant to be over tightened. You can tighten it with a ratchet or wrench, but as long as it's secure, you're good. So from there, you'll notice that I can now bring that throwing arm back, and it's secure and it's on the lever. But we're missing one last component here, which is this part. And this is really the ball shield, and this is just an added prevention of the ball coming off and injuring somebody. So all we're going to do with this is we're going to move this onto the top of the unit, just like that. You'll see that it sits there, and there's 2 access holes that you want to line it up. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to hand tighten right there. I'm going to grab my other screw. I'm going to line it up, hand tighten to secure that. And once they're hand tightened, you take a simple screwdriver and you just tighten it. Tighten both of those screws, and now that's secure. And now your machine is complete. So you can now cock it. One thing I will mention, if you want to, this should come already in place, but if your unit doesn't have this already in place, this is the micro adjustment screw. And if it's a separate unit in the box, all you're going to do is take it apart. You're going to have the micro adjustment screw facing the end of the throwing arm. And you're just going to put it right in the middle hole. There's 5 holes on the side. You're going to put it at hole number 3. Keeping in mind, keep this micro adjustment end pointing towards the end here. But once that's in place, that just gives you the ability to drop a ball right on there. And that's the completed assembly of the Blue Flame Pro pitching machine.